Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRich Show, where we talk anything and everything crypto. Now, here's your host, DRich.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is Monday, June 7th, 2021. Happy Monday, folks. I hope that this video finds you all in good health, good spirits, and good energy. And most definitely, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Again, I hope that you guys were able to do something fun, new, and exciting. And again, I want to make sure that you guys are acknowledged. Thank you for the new subscribers coming on board with the journey that we're on at the moment, and thank those folks who have continued to participate and be along here with me on the journey as well. So I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your positive feedback and comments over Friday's video. There was a lot of views, so I'm appreciating that, and I appreciate all of you for either sharing it, viewing it, liking it, commenting on the video. So I appreciate it. But anyway, guys, we had a lot of information come out over the weekend regarding some things with obviously Elon Musk. We also had some things come up with DAG that I'm going to go over real quick. But today's video is really going to be primarily finishing up the photo of the ISO 222 list that I've been showing you. That will probably come under regulatory frameworks, clarity for us to get involved with those cryptocurrencies. So again, I want to make sure that we top it off with XDC today. So if you guys are wanting to tune in. There's going to probably be a lengthy video. So stand by on that. But most definitely, we're going to get into some XRP news too. We're also going to try to connect some dots and see where we're at on the mission to get to where we need to go. And that's financial freedom and flexibility so that we can actually do what we want to do and take control of our situation, whatever way we want to do. So anyway, without further ado, always on the channel, we're going to go over the coin market cap. Bitcoin's dominance is at 40.8%. Ethereum is at 19.5%. And the coin market cap total for global market cap is 1.66 trillion. Okay. Not too fond of those numbers, but we're going to have to move past that here shortly and eventually. And Bitcoin right now is still at number one, $36,080. And I'm not sure if you witnessed any of the Bitcoin, whatever it was called, conference or whatnot. It was kind of like a shit show to me. A bunch of fools making a bunch of fools of themselves. And most definitely, I'm waiting for permission to share one of the clips that I've seen from it because it was most important to recognize Money Mayweather when he said that there might be another cryptocurrency that will be far or just as big as Bitcoin, and the maximalists are so in tune to their, how do I want to say it, their herd mentality, or their, it's like a cult or some sort. And you know what? This is why I steer far away from that type of activity, because at the end of the day, it doesn't resonate with me. And again, if you listen to what Money Mayweather said, he was very clear and specific, and this is what happens when people do not actively listen. Go with what you feel. Wherever your spirit directs you to go, you need to go with it. Even if you're listening to me, I want you to make sure you're doing your due diligence and make sure that you're convinced of your research, convinced of what your spirit is actually telling you, your heart, not your feelings, not your emotions, because sometimes our emotions get into the way of things, and this is why we need absolute clarity, and not get into the mentality that one's going to rule them all. Yes, there's going to be some that's going to be better than Bitcoin. I hate to say it. XRP is going to be that one. And the ones that I've been pointing out over the last few weeks, most definitely are going to be some other ones that will compete too. Anyway, Ethereum is at $2,779, 781 now that we've seen the price jump there. And then we also got Tether clogging up the market. Binance Coin is at $394, and Cardano is at $1.71. Here at the number 5 spot, Dogecoin jumped back up to the number 6 spot at 36 cents. And our beloved XRP is still sitting under a buck. So anyway, guys, I will show you that picture, and I will kind of come to a conclusion with that format as far as what I would suggest you do at the stage of the prices that these cryptocurrencies are digital assets under the ISO 222. So anyway, 94 cents. You got a great buying opportunity to, again, dollar cost average. And again, to try to fill that bag up with XRP, because I think that's the one that Money Mayweather was referring to. Polkadot is at number 8, $24.65, and USD has breached 21 billion, or excuse me, 23 billion. As last week it was at 22. So we got some movement there, and Uniswap is rounding out the top 10, 26.85, and again, ICP. Trying to get down a little bit lower, losing market value at a rapid rate. So again, do your due diligence when it comes to looking at some of these tokens. We've gone over some, most definitely IOTA, great buying opportunity there at $1.28, things like that. So we've gone over that. And again, we've gone over Algorand last week, as well as connecting it to XLM, as well as XRP. And again, we're going to be talking about XDC today. So first, we're going to go back over DAG just a little bit. This was handed over to me from AWash again. He's always sharing great information for me to continue to look into as we follow the trail on some of these other networks. Constellation Network, GM, and Ford will develop DLT data sharing standard as part of Mobi. Constellation Network, GM, and Ford again are developing a DLT-based data sharing standard for autonomous vehicles, and the Constellation Network is working with the automotive giants to develop the hardware-to-hardware communication standard. So again, let's go ahead and read some of this. The founding members of Mobi include numerous industry giants from automotive industry such as BMW, Ford, General Motors, Renault, Bosch, as well as tech companies such as Accenture, IBM, and blockchain companies such as Consensus, Hyperledger, the IOTA Foundation, and as of September 2018, the Constellation Network. Okay, so this was written on March 2nd, 2021. So it's all been in the framework. This is coming from Crypto News Flash. And again, you do your due diligence. All right. Again, here's DAG right here, just to make sure that we are on pace, and some of the partnerships that are developing, that's getting put out there in the mainstream for us to consume. So anyway, guys, do your due diligence. I just actually picked up me a bag of DAG. You could get about 2,200 for $100. My goal is to at least try to get 10,000 of those in my portfolio, and then also try to add on to my lattice, as well as the Darrow, which is already double my money since I was able to get some of that last week, and the Phantom. Okay, so Phantom is still available there. Picked up a nice size portion of that as well. So anyway, I wanted to just read this real quick from Elon Musk. I know people are hating him right now, which is cool. Hey, I don't judge anybody for whatever they want to do, whatever they want to say. If they want to do whatever, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't make me change one way or the other, because I'm in neutral at the moment. But I wanted to go back to Algorand. Okay, and I did assume or speculate that some of these assets in the network of ISO 222 would be backed by some sort of precious metals. Maybe I might be, speculating too much, but the Model S goes to Plaid Speed this week. Okay, and then he later tweeted that Plaid Plus is canceled. No need, as Plaid is just so good. And then lastly, he goes 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds, and the quickest production car ever made of any kind, and has to be felt to be believed. So, maybe I'm reading into too much, but when I get Plaid, I think of palladium. So anyway, moving on. This is coming from the AMB Crypto XRP lawsuit update. Ripple accuses the SEC of changing the tune with their latest discovery request, and this was on June 4th. We'll just get into it real quick because the meat of the SEC lawsuit is the next article that I want to go over. And I'll just read a couple quotes here. Now, just weeks away from the close of the discovery, the SEC has changed its tune. Now the SEC requests for additional discovery, including a more than 50% increase of depositions, should be denied. So they're asking for more paperwork. The SEC chose to redepose 5 persons from whom it had already obtained sworn testimony during its investigation instead of naming new deponents. It must now live with that choice, and the SEC's poor choice of deponent does not allow it a do-over. And also, indeed, the only purpose of such a request could be the kind of discovery aimed at annoyance, embarrassment, oppression, or undue burden or expense that the court routinely forbids. So, again, guys, Ripple's in a good position. XRP is going to be in a good position because once we get some clarity, it looks like it's coming soon, and this is coming from the Investor King, simplifying your financial details. And this is an article that was published 37 minutes ago, June 7, 2021. The never-ending legal battle between the U.S. and Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple has taken a new turn as Ripple Labs has filed a motion that compels the United States Securities and Exchange Commission to produce evidence of internal documents and communication regarding dealings with other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Ripple's XRP. Okay, the court has ordered the SEC to search all of the relevant repositories for documents and discovery for communications between the SEC and external third parties relating to XRP, Bitcoin, and Ether. After the SEC resisted, the court reaffirmed that the SEC must produce communications with third parties, including external agencies and market participants. And despite the repeated instruction, the SEC persists in refusing to search an obvious repository for responsive evidence on external communication. So again, guys, the SEC is up to their old tactics, their games. Again, a corrupt organization trying to take away the people's money. That's the people's money. XRP is the people's money and the people's freedom. Okay, and they know what we're up against, so it's a battle. It's going to be a fight. Again, these crooked politicians, these corrupt agencies, they're not going to give up willingly. Okay, they're not going to just say, hey, here, take it. No, they're going to give you a hard time. They're going to give me a hard time. They're going to give Ripple a hard time. All of those folks involved a hard time, and try to wrangle away XRP. There's no settlement, according to Brad Garlinghouse. If you read some of his tweets, they can settle, but they don't want to settle because they want to go after the juggler, and the juggler is the SEC. So this is coming up to a heel in a minute, because in addition to the SEC's request, both parties have filed a joint motion to extend the time until June 9th. So, folks, that's a couple days away. That's Wednesday to meet and confer regarding document redactions and or sealing of certain exhibits, hoping to avoid burdening the court with unnecessary disputes. So hopefully we get some sort of regulation or some sort of, whatever. Let's just get it done, move forward so we get to to the next phase of what's to happen. And again, I believe everything is going to happen all in one moment, and no one's going to know. It's kind of like you read in the Bible where it says like a thief in the night, and I do that. It's going to be something that happens overnight. Again, I want to go to Michael Arrington. He tweeted this out, and the only thing that I wanted to make sure that I pointed out in this picture, if you've been following Mr. Poole on Twitter, he puts these photos out that mysteriously pop up in articles or certain places. And this one here, you could take a look at the photo. These necklaces that these gentlemen have on are like palm tree crew. And then, we could go over here. I want to make sure that you see the photo of that palm tree crew that Mr. Poole put out almost a year ago, which is almost a 1 year delta on 6/30/2020. And here you guys go, folks, the palm tree right there, boom. And that's that. I'm just speculating. I'm not sure if it has to do with one or the other, but most definitely there's riddles to be learned, I guess, if that's what you want to do. There's certain people that put out riddles and timelines and time frames. I don't listen to those folks. I try not to listen to too much Twitter stuff because it's toxic. And, I try to do my own research and my own due diligence when it comes to my financial freedom. Okay. And I want to play that video with Floyd because at the end of the video, he did say, hey, I became a billionaire without cryptocurrency. And you guys are, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are individuals without cryptocurrencies. You guys are human beings without cryptocurrencies. You have a life without that. You have a life without Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, or any of that stuff. Some of this stuff is toxic because folks either they get in their own way, or they don't like to learn the truth, or they don't like to read or do any type of research or dot connecting. Because again, I'm guilty of it because we've all been conditioned one way or another, whether it be through social media platforms, mainstream media, where sometimes it's hard to take the veil off to see and discover the things that we need to. That might just actually be right in front of us. So this is why I assume there's no coincidences for me. Again, I don't believe in luck or any of that because as the individual, you have an opportunity to take it upon yourself to see things when they're in your face. But anyway, guys, let's move on. I don't want to get too much up in that. Congress.gov, and this is the HR 6227 National Quantum Initiative. So you could go ahead and read that. I want to leave that in the description for you guys to go over as well. So if you guys are looking about the Quantum Initiative Act, that's here for you to look at. And then this is coming from the Daily Bitcoin Report. London Gold Association, LBMA, to track gold movement via the blockchain. This was back in October 19th of 2018. So guys, these folks in London, I guess they're ready. I think that's a common theme. Okay, you could track gold through the blockchain. And again, with the Basel 3 coming up at the end of the month, I just wanted to make sure I put this back up in there so we could keep our eyes on the prize when it comes to precious metals. And finally, before we get into the XDC portion of the video, this is coming up, G7 Summit 2021. Check out when and where it will be held and the list of people that will be in attendance. So this is coming from MSN. .com, and I'll leave this also in the description. But there's a couple things that I wanted to point out about this event. I'm not a prediction maker, and I don't want to say anything negative about anyone, but you could look at this right here. Watch the water, I guess you want to say, if you follow along where I'm coming from with that. All right, and this is something that I really wanted to point out. I don't really think that this event might happen, but just to keep your eyes on the prize. You got this person, this person, this person, and this person, as well as this person, which are all corrupt individuals, all in one place at one time. And then this person will go and meet this person when he visits the UK for the summit. And what I wanted to point out is, this person, her husband had just passed away recently, sometimes shortly thereafter. When you've been together with someone for so long, that happens to them as well. And I don't want to put negative out there like that, but you know what? When you follow corruption, you follow some of the poor stuff that they've done, then you want to make sure that you point it out. So if you unfollow me for doing all of that, that's great too. But I will always report on how I look at things from the perspective of making sure that we keep an eye on the corrupt individuals that are continually trying to oppress us and suppress us and all that other junk, if that's what you want to call it. And that's anyone from any country worldwide. There's been people put in place that have taken advantage of their positions and taken advantage of the populations across the world. So that's just where I'm going to leave it. Anyway, folks, we're going to get right into this right here. This is the blockchain and DLT in trade. Where do we stand? And this is coming from an article or a PDF format, November 2020. And there's a couple pages that I wanted to go over. Since we're going over XDC, I want you guys to keep an eye on this. It's a lengthy read, so I just want to get right to the point of the matter. Okay, let's get right into the point of the matter, folks. Let's go to page 29 and 30 there. We're going to get down over there and get into 29 and 30. Where are you? Okay, we can see the numbers moving there. And you got a lot of different stuff. Okay, so we got quorum. All right. So let's go over here to this picture first, so you can see where I'm going with the video. You got quorum. You got JP Morgan. We got Zenfin, XDC, TradeFinex. We got Transformer, Trade Financial. Then we also have Corda, and then the Hyperledger Fabric, as well as IBM Swift. All the way up here, so it's all connected, folks. You can see the diagram, you can see the graph here, and let's just finish it up with Zenfin to connect those dots and let us know where we're going. So you got Quorum. Quorum is an enterprise blockchain solution built on top of the standard Ethereum protocol layer. Essentially, the Quorum layer seeks to install the permission structure and privacy controls necessary for enterprise use, specifically financial enterprise. Okay, we got the Quorum, you got that. Then you got Marco Polo. All right, you got some of this information coming out for you there. Oops, I didn't want to go too fast because... Okay, so here we go. We got 30. Here go page 30. And then let's see where we at. Oh, here we go, right here. So we got TradeFinex. Let's go back to that photo, right? TradeFinex, XDC, boom. So we're in good shape with that. TradeFinex can be described as a hybrid blockchain and network of networks underpinned by Zenfin networks, XDZ protocol. TradeFinex connects multiple platforms by operating as a blockchain agnostic middleware, and they are already live with an agnostic integration for MSME originators, connecting them to the decentralized liquidity pools through the proprietary tokenization protocol for meeting MSME funding requirements. The globally reaching network operates as both permissioned and permissionless for public verification, but permission for selective data sharing. This hybrid approach allows TradeFinex to provide its participating members with reporting features of accredited investors by their virtual assets, net worth, as well as the ability to tokenize offline obligations from originators. So, folks, XDC, boom, we good. In the future, TradeFinex plans to launch a liquidity aggregator services using on-chain tokens. So eventually, we're going to be in good shape with XDC. And then we're going to go to page 35 to get out of here on that. And most definitely, folks, I'm going to leave this in the description there for you folks to, follow along on. Read this. You got the KYC change. You got a bunch of different stuff. You got insurance and everything like that. And you got DLT, digitization of trade documents as well in this PDF here. And then here we go. We got page 35 here. Let's go ahead and go over it though real quick. There was something that I wanted to make sure I pointed out. Okay, there we go. So we got cargo docs. Okay, you can read a little bit about that cargo doc right there. While cargo doc does not currently support applications for KYC or AML, they are exploring options of tying the solution to partners who would be offering DLT for KYC and AML. And then you also have this that will include blockchains based on Ethereum, Quorum, the IBM Hyperledger Fabric, and R3 Corda. So again, folks, we got the Hyperledger Fabric, okay, which is the IMB R3 Corda. All right, so we're just making sure that we are on task with all of that when it comes to this particular cryptocurrency, which is XDC. You can read the rest of this for yourself, folks. I'm going to leave it in the description. But we got to move forward because, again, I don't want to waste too much time. And here again, this is the ZenFin white paper. This was September 27th. You can read that for your own conception. I won't go over it, but I want to make sure that I put that and present it to you for your records. Okay, so when you begin to feel like the price is not moving in your favor or anything like that, I want you to always refer back to your research. I want you to refer back to your notes. I want you to refer back to all of your documents to remind yourself that you've done your homework. You've done everything that suggests that this is the right move for myself. And again, this is never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Folks, I'm only going to go down the rabbit hole with you. And see where we end up. And I think that if we put, our thoughts and minds together and the information together and present it to other people in other communities, then maybe they can see the writing on the wall as well. Anyway, this is coming from zenfin.org, and then you could go over all of that for yourself. It's a decentralized, hybrid, interoperable, and liquid network. Exchange Infinite ZenFin is a delegated proof of stake consistent network XDPOS, enabling hybrid relay bridges, instant block finality, and interoperability with ISO 222 messaging standards, making ZenFin's hybrid architecture developer friendly. Folks, they said it. That's first generation, second generation. This is the third generation. Okay, so you could take a peek at that and come to your own conclusions when it comes especially to energy consumption. Then also smart contract support. Then you can look at the transaction confirmations and the average fees compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum and the transactions per second. So you got 2,000 transactions plus per second on ZenFin, and then it's cost efficient. And then with finality, you got 2 seconds, and it also supports smart contracts. So again, we're in good shape if you have this in your portfolio. If you don't, I don't know what you're really doing. That's just to be honest. No offense to no one, but I just want to make sure we're down the right thing. So with that being said, we want to look at the utility. What is the utility? All right, and let's get right into the utility. Let's go ahead and load this page up. All right, All right, so you got XRPjoe, and I'm gonna go over something that is extremely related to this. All right, so XRPjoe is a next-gen blockchain-based and decentralized solution designed with the intent to disrupt the trillion-dollar travel industry, and alongside an expanding partner base of over 1.5 million hotels and 400 airline companies. The platform strives to democratize use cases within the blockchain and cryptocurrency domain, and leveraging the platform's web, Android, and iOS applications. XRPjoe users can pay for their travel needs using Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., and is now integrated with the XDC token. So, folks, if you like to travel, I like to travel. Okay, I just came from Vegas this weekend, had a wonderful time. Went to Top Golf, got me some good golfing in. So, you know what? Next time I'm going to travel, I'm traveling to Big Bear. Then we're going to travel back to Tennessee. We're going to travel to Texas. We're going to travel to Yosemite. We're going to travel all over the world. So at the end of the day, folks, these are some of the things that are on my bucket list for this next year, 2021. Right now, I just laid it out for you. XRPjoe, you're talking about flights and things. You got Travala. You got all of these other things like that. All right. I'll leave that right there. So this is some of the utility for Zenfin. And real quick, folks, just so that you know we're connecting dots here, go on and get you some of this XLab. Okay, this is the XRPjoe. All right, you can also get the use cases. Boom. You can get the XL token plus is an ERC20 token that is crafted specifically to drive crypto usage into the mainstream ecosystem. And XLab has created XL Token Plus to fuel crypto adoption on a daily basis across multiple platforms. And then let me go ahead and get into the most powerful use cases of XLab. International travel, crypto exchange, you got a crypto wallet, top off gift cards, and top up the mobile. And the key to XL Tokens Plus, you can go ahead and buy some. But most definitely, I buy my XLab tokens on the Hotbit platform. So again, folks, just connecting the dots. You can buy them there. There's some exchanges for you. And again, I go to Hotbit to get me some of that token there. And right now, it's relatively cheap. So let's go back to the coin market cap real quick before we move forward. With the video, I know it's getting lengthy. We're about 30 minutes in, but you know what? We're here to connect all the dots because again, we got a long road ahead of us, and we need to make sure that we getting into some of these cryptocurrencies while we are at the low. Okay, and I believe you could get you to some of these if you are into XLab. Again, look it. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to go ahead and soak up some more of that because, again, if I could use those for travel, eventually travel should be able to pay for itself at some point. And if you know what you're doing, you'll be getting you some of those XDC tokens, and you'll be getting you some of those XLab tokens. So I'll leave that to you guys to decide and decipher if you want to trade out of something. I've given you multiple different cryptocurrencies to get into. So that you can actually participate with travel, okay? Because I know you're going to want to travel. And this is back in 2019. This is coming from XLab magazine. And again, this is Litecoin partners with XRPjoe for its mass adoption. And then you can see right here, XRPjoe is proud to announce a new partnership with Litecoin. And as we know, Litecoin is on the Flare network. And moving forward, just so we know what we're going to be getting into this week, from this day forward, as we wrap up XDC from the ISO 222 list, the picture that I've been showing you, now we're going to jump into the Flare network, and Litecoin is part of that network as well. So XRPjoe lists Litecoin with the aim to disrupting the trillion-dollar travel industry by giving the connectivity access to the travelers directly to travel the service providers. So again, folks, you got Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and things like that. So at the end of the day, folks, we're in good shape when it comes to travel, and we're in good shape if we have these tokens in our portfolio. And next, moving on, this is ZenFin to introduce blockchain institutional financing marketplace, and this was back in May 31st of 2017. I'll read a couple portions of it, not too much of it, because I want to get to the punchline. I guess is the last couple articles that I want to go over. The XFin platform, using the native exchange infinite development contract, which is XDC. Crypto tokens will offer cryptocurrency benefits through integration of smart contracts between buyers, sellers, and financiers. It will also facilitate instant cross-border payments and settlement using XDC. So if we go back to this, folks, a lot of this is talking about cross-border payments. This has a different case use. Obviously, Stellar will be used for cross-border payments, and Ripple will be used for the same thing, as well as ZenFin. And then, we got USDC, which is attached to Algorand as well. So, I mean, again, we should be having a majority of these, if not all of them, in our portfolio. And you can read the rest of this article coming from the enterprisetimes.co.uk. And then moving forward, this is from the Medium. ZenFin Blockchain Network and Trace Financial team up to provide counterparty risk mitigation through a DGM sandbox. And again, folks, if you go back to the picture, you will see that Trace Financial is part of that photo there as well. So you got Trace Financial here in that bubble. Okay, so you can read that. I'll leave that here in the description, right? Trace Financial, a leading financial messaging and integration provider for major global financial institutions and an integration partner for Swift MTX MX messages, has signed a partnership agreement with the ZenFin network through its Abu Dhabi Global Markets Sandbox entity. All right, so we got Swift. Swift is also on that photo as well. Again, so again, there's some other partnerships there. And next we got CryptoNinjas.net. Let's get into this. ZenFin XDC becomes the leading token on the Corda thanks to the DASL crypto bridge. And this was published 3/30/2021. XDC leverages a unique network bridging technology powered by DASL, becoming the first cryptocurrency to enable efficient transactions and value transfer within the Corda network. And again, refer back to the photo. You can see the Corda network, and then you got ZenFin plus Corda. This R3 Corda bridge also enables ZenFin to significantly increase its interoperability with the Corda ecosystem, providing direct access to the business networks and financial institutions active on the Corda network, and these include the trade finance consortia operating on Corda. Such Corda network participants are especially relevant to in ZenFin's Trade Finance platform. So again, folks, we are in good shape. I don't know what else to tell you. We are in very good shape. And then nextly, folks, this is what I really wanted to get to. ZenFin. This is coming from medium.com. Again, copper.co, appointed by ZenFin for institutional custody solutions. ZenFin partners with London-based institutional custody and prime brokerage firm copper.co. This is an article written on January 26, 2020, which is a 2-minute read. Let's go over it real quick. Copper.co, appointed by ZenFin. London. Okay, London is ready. Okay, I guess London is ready. London-based institutional custody and prime brokerage firm Copper.co today announced support to the trade finance focused blockchain network ZenFin. Their bespoke digital custody solution facilitates ZenFin and Trade Finance institutional and crypto hedge fund customers to store their digital assets token XDCE. So again, folks, it's no longer XDCE. It has been transferred out. I want to give a story about this. I had XDC on my ledger. I had about 47,000 tokens. And when BitTrue had XDC, I ended up foolishly sending the XDCE over, thinking that it would, trade the 1-for-1. And eventually I lost all 47,000 of those XDCE tokens. So, folks, always pay attention to what you're doing. This was a mistake early on and often that I was making in my early days of crypto investing. Copper.co also provides support for XDC across the institutional hot and cold wallet solutions. Copper.co pioneered multi-signature security for a wide range of digital assets in 2018, and all digital assets supported by Copper.co are integrated using the company's single API, so no additional coding is required for clients to add XDC. So you can read the rest of that article, folks, there, and get into that. And this is also coming from the medium.com. XDC mainnet coin is now live on Copper.co for an institutional custody solution. Okay, this is May 16th, 2020. Copper.co now supports Zenfin mainnet. All right, so that it's live, as we pointed out. And then let's go over here to see what Copper.co is. And most definitely, let me go back to this as far as a utility before I move forward, because I did want to make sure that I point this out. Let me see where it's at. Because it says here, kind of messed up. Okay, here we go. Boom. There we go. Check it out. This is coming from this Chroma right here. The platform securely integrates physical assets and IoT devices through blockchain, smart contracts, and firmware to create digital identity, provenance, authentication, e-commerce, supply chain, and finance. Industry applications for the platform also include smart cities, pharma, packaging, logistics, fashion/luxury, food and beverages, precious metals, and jewelry. So this is what the XDC protocol will be about. And when you look at precious metals, you want to go back to copper.co and come to the idea that copper probably more than likely will be associated with XDC. Okay, just like with Algorand, Palladium, you got IOTA, Iridium, you got XRP, gold, and you got XLM, silver. Yes, I said it. You could tell everybody else I said it too. Okay, and when it comes to fruition, then you're going to point back to this guy on this channel saying, you know what, this guy went down the right rabbit holes trying to connect the dots, connecting the precious metal, because I'm not no rocket scientist or anything like that. I'm just a mere human being that looks at things in a different type of perspective. If you look right here, look at that. What color is that? It's the same as a penny or copper. That's the same color. Yes, it's a coincidence, but again, coincidences are mathematically impossible when you can no longer rule it out. And when it happens, you'll be like, boom, there it is, XDC. Okay, let's see what this is all about, right? Digital assets for algo funds, DeFi funds, retail platforms, payment processors, exchanges, trading firms. Okay, you got it there. So Algorand is on this one as well. The institutional gateway to digital asset of investing. Trade without moving assets to exchanges, eliminating the risk of hacked, frozen, or misappropriated assets. You got trading firms, algo funds, DeFi funds, exchanges, buy and hold investors, retail platforms, and financial institutions. Everything you need to prosper in a rapidly evolving market. So, folks, I mean, XDC is one of those ones you need to have in your portfolio. And I'll leave this copper.co in the description for you folks to go over as well. But lastly, before I end the video, I want to go over this one last time before we move on to the Flare network starting tomorrow. So if you come back tomorrow, we'll be talking about Flare and how that's coming down to an end of their airdrops and when it's going to go live. Okay. Interledger protocol family and the ISO 222 ecosystem. And again, one might ask me how much of each should I have? Well, let's go over that. I hope you got your pens and your paper and your notes ready. So with Algorand is, let me go to, I'm going to pull up my phone so I don't have to go back and forth. And let's go check Algorand out real quick. Open that up. So I want to give you from the top, you got XRP right now is trading at 93 cents, almost 94 cents there. So in theory, I would most definitely try to get anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 XRP tokens. Hey, if you're fortunate enough and financially capable of getting more than that, then I would also recommend doing that. But for starters, get to your first 500. Okay, then second, meet another goal, get to your second 500, which is equivalent to 1,000. And then if you can continue just to add, while it's under $1, I would continue to do that. And then when the price appreciates, then you have an opportunity just to sell little by little and not, get rid of your whole stack. Let's go with the next one here, which will be XLM. XLM is at 37 cents. So again, I just purchased DAG, which is about 43 cents or something like that. And I got 2,000 tokens. So with that, I would say you want to at least get 5,000 XLM to 10,000, if not more. XLM, while it's at, you're getting almost a little bit over $3-4 there. And then let's see what's the next one on the list. You got Myota at $1.27. Okay, you want to make sure you get anywhere between 1,000 to 2,500 of those. And again, don't go killing yourself and breaking your pocket just to try to get into all of these currencies or assets. But if I were you, this is what I would do. I would be making sure I get these 5 plus the other ones that we mentioned that are socially, specifically connected. You got IOTA with the DAG network. You got Phantom. It goes on with Darrow. You also have those. So again, you do that and you'll be in good shape. Algorand is now at $1.04, and again, you want to get anywhere between 1,000, of those, 2,500, and do the best you can to get as much as you can. Don't take food off your family's table or so don't rob yourself that way. Okay, you want to make sure you're taking care of everything you need to around you. And then lastly, you got let's see, and Zenfin. Okay, right now is at 5 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason for you not to have anywhere between 10,000, 25,000, up to 50,000, if not more, of these tokens in your portfolio. What I like to do, I get them off of Bitrue. I hold them there until my wallet is able to. If there's a wallet I can put Zenfin on, I'll do it. If there's staking rewards, I need to know about it. Leave me some comments in the description so that I can go down that trail. But I'm gonna be looking myself too. So folks, this is what I want to leave you with. I want to leave you with a goal. I want to leave you with a day-to-day goal so that you get it right in front of you. You got Ripple, XRP, you got IOTA, you got XLM, you got XDC, you got Algorand, and then you got all of these other things connecting the puzzle. Okay, this is just one puzzle right here. You got everything. It's all one big puzzle, and we've just explored that over the last several videos. So again, folks, I'm sorry that this was a long video. All right, but I wanted to make sure that we were thorough with the information, making sure that we are clear that these should be into your portfolio as you continue to accelerate your game plan and move out of the traditional economy to the people's economy, which is the crypto economy. So again, that's what I'm gonna leave you with. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the information. Share it on your favorite platform. Share it on your social media platforms if that's what you like to do. I appreciate it. The more eyes we get on my videos, it's greatly appreciated, because hopefully it I don't want to say influence, but I want to use the word influence you to kind of get your mind thinking about other things besides a maximalist mentality or herd mentality, because at the end of the day, there's other things out there that you are going to like. And you might like going to one place. I might like going to one place. We're all individually different, and we attract to what we like. Again, it's called law of attraction and things like that, so we can understand what we attract to. So if you liking my videos, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, hit the rumble button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I appreciate all of you who have already done so. Again, have a great rest of your Monday. It's the start of a new week. We got a lot to get done. We got a lot to get accomplished. And again, there's a whole slew of things coming up this week, next week, and the month of June. And we're going to see ourselves through it. And if the market continues to take a beating, no worries. We're looking long term. Okay, persevere. Have a great rest of your Monday. God bless. Take care. And as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.